Wagwan masses, Dapper back again with One Name Sports, and today we're gonna get into a quick, just summer transfer plans for the top six teams, who I think they should let go, and who are some of the players that I think they should pick up or who they already picked up, and just go over just my thoughts on that. If you have any disagreements or any thoughts on the players that I'm selecting, do be free to drop that in the comment section below. I'm also active on the One Aim Sports IG, One Aim Entertainment. Definitely follow us over there, and definitely check the stories that I post, and just some of my thoughts of what's happening, especially with the transfer market now, the transfer season now underway. But without further ado, we're just gonna get right into it and start off these plans. Thank you. All right, starting off, we're looking at the champions. It's really hard to look at a team that is as complete as Man City and kind of pick apart where they need some reinforcements. There was one, and they already kind of filled that hole with Erling Haaland. They needed a striker. Jesus had the number 9 on his back, but was playing as a right winger. And I feel like he's a player. He's already rumored to, but he's the one that should definitely move on. Look for a team that's going to value him as a number 9, give him those starts week in, week out. So, there are a couple teams that he could go to, but, he definitely should not be at Man City next year. For other areas that they need, since they already have a striker, I could definitely see maybe a left back. They have Kyle Walker, but he seems to be getting a couple more injuries. He was a speed merchant for a long time. Definitely want to try to pick up somebody or a left back, because Cancelo can play both sides. They're already rumored with Cucurella, so again, Pep is just moving smart. Big teams make their transfers early, and Pep is trying to set his team as soon as the window opens. Moving down the table from them, we're looking at Liverpool. The player that I think they should get rid of, there's probably 3, especially with Jota and Luis Diaz in now and performing at the level they are. The most likely person, it's Bobby. Sorry, Roberto Firmino, he just has to go. I think it's time. They brought in Minamino last year or the year before. Origi's leaving. I feel like if the World Cup was this summer, Bobby would be leaving, but because it's in the winter, he might stay. But he should definitely get out of there. He just doesn't. The team has moved beyond him. That's the best way to put it. Other than that, they could probably use a backup. Right back for Trent. They already have Simicast as the backup for Robertson. So yeah, definitely just somebody just to cover that hole. Joe Gomez is made out of wet tissue and Pringles. He's just not good for anything. The reason they bought in Konate was, Joe Gomez just can't stay healthy. So definitely a right back to fill that void. Moving down the table from there, looking at Chelsea. I think the easiest person for them, or the person that they should get rid of, is definitely Romelu Lukaku. He just doesn't fit. He's a waste for them financially, in terms of talent. Tuchel, as long as Tuchel's there, he's just not gonna fit. They needed number 9, but they didn't need that kind of a number 9. And yeah, they need to get rid of him as if they cut their losses. In terms of who they should buy, there's been a mass exodus for them in the center back position. Their only center back that was involved in the Champions League final that he'll still be there is going to be Thiago Silva, and he's 38. So that can't be. They're definitely going to go after Koundé. So he's going to come in. That's their biggest problem area right now. Other than that, for center back, I don't know. Maybe Koulibaly from Napoli, but I can't see them spending 70 million on Koundé and then spending 60 million for Koulibaly from Napoli. So I think it's gonna be Kunde, and then they just kind of work maybe some lower profile buys. But they definitely need a center back. Don't need any midfielders. They need to sell a couple of the Barclays, the Loftus Cheeks, the Kennedys, who I can't believe is still there, the Bakayoko. But a lot of them they need to get rid of. For Spurs, the last Champions League team, a player I think they should sell. Now, this is tough, but it's probably one of their just extra wingers that they have. Probably Bergwijn or Lucas Moura, the hero of the Champions League semis. Other than that, a couple of the extra people they had in that defensive midfield spot that Bentoncourt came and took over. That's about it. A lot of the other spots that I had in mind, players kind of came in. They probably do need a better left back, but the players that they have, they did a good job. So we'll see where it goes. Conte has extra money to spend if he stays, but definitely just backups for Kulo and Son and players like those. And definitely a backup striker for Kane. Dane Scarlett cannot be their backup striker. If Kane never get injuries, I don't know how this team is going to operate. Now, looking at the two Europa League teams, starting with Arsenal, players that they should sell. They're losing a couple strikers, so they don't count. I guess the easiest player to say is Nicolo Pepe. He's just the easiest one to point to. But yeah, he would be it. There's no future there for him. Definitely just have to let him go. Try to get something back in return and make up that money in order to get a striker. A striker that every Arsenal fan wishes they could get is Tammy Abraham. He has said that he's a Arsenal fan. Definitely from the Henry days. He's from the London area. He knows the Premier League. He's coming off a great season. I just don't know if they can afford that premium. I don't know if he wants to leave Rome after the phenomenal season that he's had and the love that he's feeling over there, especially after what Chelsea did to him. But he's definitely the player that they should go after. He's the one. He's complete right now. He's high on confidence. He can do a thing for them next year, especially because Roma didn't make the Champions League, so it's a lateral move for him. It's just he'd be home. I think that's something they could get done with the right offer, and he'd be back in England. I'd also say just to keep it a little bit more interesting, they might want to look at Smith Rowe as well. There's nowhere in the midfield that he kind of fits. Now I know he has a ton of goals this season, a couple of important ones, but there's a reason he isn't starting. The pace that he plays with just doesn't work, and he doesn't have enough creativity to actually play the number 10. Now, don't get me wrong, Odegaard isn't doing what he's supposed to, but it's definitely a wing-based team. I don't know. Smith Rowe, I don't know where he works. So take a look at that. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, but he's definitely one. From Man U, sell the whole squad. Everybody, just get rid of that. World team. Now, to be serious, I'll get rid of the whole squad. Now, I'm being very serious. You can get rid of sell everybody. Any and everybody. Get rid of them. That probably the most... You can sell anybody. Europa League ball for the wages that we're paying just doesn't make sense. So you can get rid of Varane, you can get rid of Maguire, you can get rid of Jones, Bailly, Tuanzebe. Go to right back, you can get rid of Dalot, you can get rid of Wan-Bissaka. Left back, you can get rid of Shaw, you can get rid of Telles. Center midfield, you can get rid of Fred, you can get rid of Martamane. Attacking midfield, you can get rid of Bruno. Keep Bruno. Up front, you can get rid of Ronaldo. You can get rid of hold on to Sancho. Can't get rid of Rashford, but he ain't not going. Definitely get rid of Martial. Just all my hope right now is with the young boys. They seem to have a little bit more confidence. I'm not the biggest fan of Ilanga. He has a lot of speed. He has some heart, but it's hard to come from he who must not be named anymore to Ilanga and just sigh and think of what if, because that player right there, two-footed, skillful, just a hell of a shot. And you get Ilanga, who sometimes it seems like he's shooting the ball with his kneecap. It's rough. It's a rough pill to swallow. But anybody that you can sell and make some money, you can get rid of all of them. For who to buy, if we don't buy a center back this transfer window, if Ten Hag doesn't the first purchase, I don't care for Anthony. I don't care for no center back. We should be trying to sell center backs. We need a defensive midfielder. I want a box-to-box defensive midfielder. There are rumors talking about Frankie de Jong. That's cool. That's great. He's the level of player we want. But I'm Frankie de Jong. I'm not coming to Man U. But hey, Ten Hag got him bridging. So is Van de Beek. Van de Beek should also be looking like, they ain't treat me too right. But again, he knows Ten Hag very well. But we definitely need a defensive midfielder. Beyond that, plug all the holes with whoever else is willing to come and put the shirt on and play for the shirt and dig into our academy. Get these young boys a lot of game. I want to see them playing all the Europa League games and just get that experience and turn the academy players profitable, loan them out. This is gonna be a 2-3 year process. Hopefully we give him the time as Man U fans to do so. Last but not least, the last team that's going to be in Europe, and that's going to be West Ham. For them, selling wise, Vlasic was one of my flops of the season. But I wouldn't say him. I'd definitely say Lanzini. He's not good enough for the team and for the amount of games that they played this season. Yeah, he filled a hole and whatever, but they're just better players out there. Lanzini, try to see if you could get some money for him, maybe send him back to Argentina. But yeah, you definitely got to get rid of him. And player to buy, they need a striker. They really, really need a striker. If you can drag for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, that'd be really good. I think he'd really fit their system. Beyond that, Eddie Nketiah, I think he would be a really good fit for them as well. But they just need a striker. I think Eddie did a lot of game for them. He's younger. I don't think he can lead the line for David Moyes though, which is why I think Calvert-Lewin really fits. But yeah, that's the kind of level of player. Like, you were just fighting with relegation. I'm sure going to West Ham is seen as a step up for him. So that would be really, really good. But yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are on the selections that I have. Drop any Premier League based transfers for these top 6 players in the comment section below. Arsenal fans, if you can't get Tammy, would you take Ivan Toney? Would you take Calvert-Lewin? Let me know. Thanks again for all your support. Follow us on One Aim Sports or One Aim Entertainment on IG. Share Facebook, WhatsApp, wherever you want to share it. Text message, iMessage, whatever you do. Share the content. And until next time, peace.